Hello BookTube, my name is Adrian and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a tag video for you. If you haven't seen the title of this video somehow, the tag I have for you today is the mid-year book freakout tag. I know I said I was going to be posting videos on Thursday or Friday, and don't worry, you will still have a video probably on Friday, and that will be my June wrap up, but I wanted to get this video out as close to the middle of the year as possible because it is the mid-year book freakout tag. So you get 2 videos this week instead of just 1. So don't expect this to happen very often, but I felt motivated. So here we are doing 2 videos in a week. I will link the creator of this video tag down below for you to check out her channel. This tag is basically 13 questions about the books that you have read so far this year and also the books you are excited to read in the rest of the year. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and get into this tag. Question number 1 is the best book you've read so far in 2017. I have read so many great books so far this year, and it's just so hard to pick one, but I think I'm gonna have to pick my most recent book that I finished, which I don't even have a physical copy of because I listened to it as an audiobook, but that's When Dimple Met Rishi by, I don't want to try and pronounce her name because I know I'm gonna do really poorly, but it's right here. She is a wonderful writer and this book was fabulous, but I absolutely loved this book. It was so good. It was cute. It was, you know, I got to learn a lot about a culture I didn't know anything about and kind of the expectations that come with that, and it was just such a good book. If you haven't read it yet, you absolutely should because it was wonderful. Question 2 is the best sequel you've read in 2017. So I'm sure this book is gonna be most people's answer to this question, but I'm gonna be just like everybody else, I guess, because it is absolutely the best sequel I've read so far this year, and that is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I literally cannot tell you what this book is about because it would spoil 10 books if I told you what this book was about, and just trust me, if you haven't somehow read this mega series yet, you absolutely should, because while some of the first ones are hard to get into now, it's so worth it by the time you get here. It's just, it's so worth it. But this is absolutely the best sequel I have read this year. Like, this book was so good that I wrote in my book. I don't write in my books. It used to be such a big deal that like I refused, straight up refused to write in my books, dog-eared pages, none of it. And this book was so intense that I completely broke that rule. I have colored all over some of these back pages and underlined things and circled things, and there are sad faces and smiley faces and notes written all over it, and it was just so good. And I cannot believe that we have to wait 2 years for the last book. I think I'm gonna die. I just think I'm gonna die. The third question for this tag is a new release that you haven't read yet but you want to. For this, I am choosing Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. I have heard wonderful things about this book. It is absolutely gorgeous. There are pictures and different kinds of notes all over in this book because it's just a really cool formatted story. And I've heard a bunch of people have read it and said they loved it and that it's just a gorgeous, you know, story and great for people who are in fandoms, and clearly I am. If you didn't, you know, if you didn't see the freakout I just had about Lord of Shadows, clearly I have fandom issues, but I haven't read this book yet, and I want to. I really do. I'm hoping I can get to it soon because I'm on a bit of a contemporary kick anyway with my reading mood. So I have this one. This should probably be one that I should get into very soon. Question number 4 is the most anticipated release for the second half of this year. If you've been around my channel for any length of time, while this channel is only 6 months old, you will know that on almost every single video, I end up talking about Casey West. She is absolutely my favorite author of contemporary YA. She has a new book coming out, I believe July 25th, called Lucky in Love. And from individuals who have gotten arcs of this book have said it's fabulous, and I cannot wait to read it. Definitely my most anticipated release of the second half of the year, and it comes out so soon. I don't even have to wait that long for it. Okay, so question number 5 is a little bit more of a downer, but that is your biggest disappointment. For this one, I really don't have any books that were truly disappointing, just because, you know, every book I've read so far has been really good or decent. Like, I don't think I've rated anything less than a 3 stars yet this year, which is awesome for, you know, reading taste. But I guess I'm gonna have to say the biggest disappointment I've read this year, and please forgive me for this, but I think the biggest disappointment was The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I didn't give this book a terrible rating, but it was not what I expected. It was very dry towards the beginning. Like, it just took me such a long time to get into it and to figure out what the heck was going on. And I'm still gonna eventually continue on with this series, but this one was just hard to get into, and I think I may have just had it a little too overhyped in my mind, because like I said, it wasn't bad. I just was expecting so much more out of it because I know so many people love this book. For me, that would almost have to be Blackmore by Julia Donaldson. I enjoy historical fiction, but I've never really truly loved a historical fiction book. But this book was a little bit slow to get into, but once I got into it, oh my gosh, this book was so good. Like, it was just very, I mean, it's blurb down here is that it's a proper romance, and that's not wrong at all. This book was really good and really frustrating at times. I think I have notes somewhere for this book where I literally just say screw this person, screw that person, and forget everyone, because what the heck is happening? Like, this book was just really good, and it definitely surprised me, because I went into it thinking, oh, this will just be an easy read, something I can get through quick, because I read this book during the TBR Takedown Readathon, but it definitely surprised me. It was very good. Number 7 is favorite new author, whether that be a debut or new to you. For me, I am going to do Jane Bennett, who wrote Alex Approximately. This is a library book, and I'm still currently reading this book, but I think she is definitely gonna be one of my new favorite authors, because just the way she wrote this has been fascinating, and I'm definitely gonna try and go and pick up some of her other books once I finish this, because she has another YA book that I realized I've heard about but never picked up, and so I think I'm going to have to pick up her other book and see what I think, but she's definitely probably one of my new favorites. Okay, so question number 8 is your new fictional crush. I can't pick one for this because I have 2, and there is no way that I can just pick one. I just can't. So we're gonna go with 2 for this answer. The first is Rishi from When Dimple Met Rishi. I just finished this book like a week ago, and I love Rishi. He's so cute and he's so sweet, and he tries so hard, and he's so sweet. Definitely my new fictional crush. And my other new fictional crush is Ryder Marsden from Magnolia by Christy Cook. He is just something else. Like, he's Southern gentleman and a football player and just so sweet. And I grew up in Alabama, and this story takes place in Mississippi, which is not the same thing, but like the Southern charm that happens in this book just, it makes me miss being in Alabama so much. But yeah, definitely Ryder Marsden would have to be one of my new fictional crushes as well. Number 9 is your new favorite character, and for this I think I'm gonna have to go back to Alex Approximately, which I know I'm not finished with yet, but I think Bailey, the main character, is probably one of my new favorite characters. I relate to her on so many levels right now. and she's just everything for me right now. I love her. So I think she's probably one of my new favorite characters, for sure. So I was gonna try and come up with some different answers so I wasn't holding up the same book over and over in this video, but this next question is the book that made you cry, and there is only one answer for this question. I don't want to talk about it. Question 11 is a book that made you happy. For this one, I chose Geekerella by Ashley Poston. This book was just really cute and I loved it. It was just very fun to read through and to, you know, have this whole fandom experience, you know, broken down for me and kind of be able to share in some of it. And it definitely just made me happy reading this book to be able to see other people in a fictional world understanding kind of the fandoms and cons and all of those things, because nobody in my life understands why I want to go to cons. But that's okay, because some authors do and these characters definitely do, and it made me happy reading through this book. Question 12 is the most beautiful book cover that you bought or received this year, and I haven't hauled these yet. You will see these in a haul unboxing that I do I think next week, but they are absolutely the most beautiful covers that I have right now, and I bought them just because they were pretty, and that is 13 Little Blue Envelopes and The Last Little Blue Envelope by Maureen Johnson. I've read 13 Little Blue Envelopes and I haven't read The Last Little Blue Envelope yet, but these covers are just gorgeous. Like, the entire reason I decided I needed to own these books was because of these covers. Yeah, they're just so pretty. And the last question for this tag is number 13. What book or books do you need to finish by the end of this year? For this, I think I have to go with the books Passenger and Wayfarer by Alexander Bracken. I've heard great things about this duology, and I have owned Passenger since it came out, and I never read it. And so now that I own them both, I feel like I definitely need to get to this duology before the end of the year, just so that I am caught up on all of the hype that's been going on with these books. So that is it for this tag video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will come back and check it out later. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it, and I will pop up your subscription feed. And I hope you all have a lovely day. Goodbye.